It's after the movie.
Yeah, after the movie. The movie airs at 7 o'clock, and they start right on time. It's a theater. And then after we're done, then we do 30-minute Q&A.
Or as long as we want.
Right, whatever works. And then we got T-shirts and posters, and people can take pictures, all that kind of stuff.
How long do these Q&As usually last?
How long, Jake?
Probably with the merchandise and everything, probably an hour and 15.
I just want you two to know, and by the way, you're both fine specimen, even after all these years, due to DDP Yoga, of course. Yeah. But I just want to say that there's a certain host, a guy that's going to host that, is probably looking like he doesn't want to stay out too late.
I didn't say that. I saw it's an honor to host this.
And that's why you're getting all these questions. He thought, and he's been telling me all morning, this Q&A will be before the movie.
Oh, he must have done his way. Oh, okay.
It's after the movie.
Bring the Devo in there. We'll take care of her.
And my little sweet partner over here is worried about how much rest he's going to get. So it looks like after the movie's over, you'll be there for about another hour and a half.
Put your big boy britches on.
Well, you stole a pair of my big boy britches. It's funny, Jake. When you're on Facebook where you get memories that pop up. Yeah. Are you having another Christmas party this year, Dallas?
Of course I am.
Okay. There he is. He's Mr. Christmas.
So 3 years ago at your house, to do the Chinese gift exchange.
And you're still holding that against me, aren't you?
And I had those
what did you get?
I had these reindeer pajamas that Rachel loved, and this is when I first met Jake.
And you wanted them.
Well, no, I had them. I got them.
He had them.
Yeah.
That was your gift.
And out of all those things Jake could have taken, he takes the rain. So I have Jake the Snake Roberts and my fiance fighting over reindeer fleece pajamas. I have a great picture. It popped up on my Facebook.
The story's a lot deeper than that, but I won't go there.
So you took his pajama pants.
Yeah. Well, they wouldn't have fit him anyway. They were for men.
Well, it was. I got to set that straight. It was for Rachel.
Yeah,
they were. She wanted them so bad.
She did. That's why I had to heel out on her, man.
Jake goes awesome.
So let's talk about the film because I've seen it. A lot of people have already seen it. There's Oscar talk for the resurrection of Jake the Snake. I mean, that's huge to be in that Oscar talk conversation.
I didn't know that. He told me that this morning. I'm blown away. You guys, that's incredible.
Yeah, I think there's 5,000 documentaries made this year.
Yeah,
there's a lot, and 124 get the top consideration, and then it goes to 15. We'll find out about that sometime this month. If we get in top 15, I'm gonna do a backflip. Just
that's huge.
The movie is anybody who sees it, and you've seen it. And this will be the last screening down at the Plaza we're going to do because it'll go to VOD sometime in February, no later than March. But I'm pretty sure we'll do something exclusive with iTunes and get that out there. But it's so much. It's just a different movie on the big screen, because you have to live it all,
Jake, is there anything in the movie, because there are some spots, and you want to give credit to Steve.
Steve Yu, the director.
Yeah. Directed.
Yeah, told the story unbelievably.
That he's filming you when he comes down to Texas, right?
Right.
And you cut. This isn't like that phony reality television stuff. This is real life. You got a guy that is, addicted to a lot of different things. He's got these demons. But there are times where you're like, get this camera out of here. Was there a lot of that happening that we didn't get to see in the final edit?
Sure was, man. I mean, in the beginning, because I had to go with the trust issue. I'd been screwed over one time by some people, when I think I'll be on the mat.
Beyond the mat, yeah.
And really raked over the coals, and my family, everybody was hurt. So to open that door again and say, oh, my God, are you really going to do this again? And then we went straight into filming at the house, which was horrible. It was so embarrassing, so humiliating.
Is it because the house was dirty?
It was just because my life was gone.
Oh, so you're at your worst.
See, I could still play Jake the Snake once I got to an arena. I could still pull it off, but no, underwear down, man. You're looking right at my bare ass right then. So
and it caught you, and it caught you, slipping a little bit.
Sure.
When you have demons, you're going to slip up every once in a while.
Sure did.
And Dallas was there every step of the way, even to the point where, and please come out tonight if you haven't seen this. And I don't want to get, it's not like the Titanic where what the hell it ends, but the one part where he picks
obviously
you up,
he lives.
He lives, yeah. You pick him up from the airport, and you guys have to pull over, and you two almost get into a fight, a real fight.
Yep.
Ooh, that wouldn't be good.
That was heavy.
That wouldn't be good. I don't want to see that.
It wouldn't have been good, man. But you know something? I want the people to come out for two reasons. Number one, for the addicts and junkies and the drunks to come out and take a look at this and know what can happen. I'm going to suggest that Johnny Manziel might show up or Okafor might show up because those two guys are headed down the wrong road.
Yeah, Manziel for sure. You see that. You see a guy.
Okafor's headed that way too, man.
Yeah.
He's like he didn't get shot the other night. But then you turn right around and you look at me and the Honey Badger. The Honey Badger, he's came back totally, and here's a guy that went down to the third round of the draft. He should have been in that first round. But, I want these people to see it because it shows how strong he is and what a good man he is. Because the world needs to take his advice and just step up and do it. Come on. And let's all get positive.
And Dallas, when you started with Jake, you guys had a vision, and the vision was...
He had a vision. I had clouds.
You had clouds. Dallas, you had a vision, and your vision is to get your friend clean and to the WWE Hall of Fame.
That was the big pie in the sky dream. It wasn't the realistic dream. It's sort of like when I started wrestling, I just wanted to be a mid-card wrestler, and I was 35 and a half years old. That was a big pie in the sky dream.
Right.
And then when I got to that point, then it was to become the world champion. And I literally wrote it down. I want to be the world champion in 5 months, 5 years or less. Because Dusty is the one. Dusty Rhodes pulled that out of me. I had the really big pie in the sky dream. Well, that would be the same thing with Jake going into the Hall of Fame. Because to me, I knew that the only reason I really wanted this to do all of this because Jake had helped me so much in my career. I mean, there's never a 3-time world champion main event guy in Diamond Dallas Page without the direction and guidance. Even after the fact when he moved in with me, back when I was, I guess it was 20 years ago, and more than that now, like over 22 years ago, and he stayed with us for 3 months, and we got to put this in there until he lost the black cobra, the 12-foot black cobra in my house.
Right.
But after my old lady said he's got to go,
kitty.
he's got to go. Jake still, to his credit and brotherhood, he still would. I'd go to his house. He'd move back in with his old lady, and I'd play my films for him, and he would critique them for me. For years.
So played a huge role in you becoming a world champion.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I think where I helped him a lot was whenever they were trying to do things with him and they were trying to screw him over. But they would present it a certain way. I'm like, Dallas, that's not what they're going to do.
Yeah,
they're going to get you to this point, then they're going to turn right around, and you're stuck in the middle of the road, and you're going to get hit by a car.
Because you were tied up with, that good old boy network in which you weren't a part of.
Right, I really wasn't. I was friends with Eric Bischoff, who ran the company, but... that can be a real negative too.
Oh yeah.
Long story short, Bischoff wouldn't do the nepotism thing. Like he wouldn't push me because we were friends.
Yeah.
But he would protect me. Yeah, but he would protect me. And that in our business, that's important. Nobody could screw me. No one could say, no, this is what DDP, oh God, he wants to do this, he wants to do that, he's screwing him with this guy, screwing that guy. He's like, Bischoff would be like, no, he's trying to help them. Because that's what I do.
Yeah.
That's what he does, man. That's what's so incredible. You look at everything that's happened in the last 3 years, man, and I'll say it's an out-and-out lie. It's got to be, because all that can't happen. Me going into the Hall of Fame, me getting sober, Scott getting sober, and now you got this performance center thing, man, opened up. Man.
Yeah.
Have you been over there yet?
I have.
Oh, my God.
I've been over there twice.
Oh, my God.
It's fantastic.
There should be a revolving door there where you take a ticket on, I've been cured, and just see what the numbers are, man, because it's going to blow up, man.
The first day I was over at the DDP Yoga Performance Center, you're showing me around, and me and Rach around, and there was just not only wrestling fans, but a couple just walks in off the streets, wants to meet Dallas, but they were interested, in getting in shape.
Yeah.
Just off the street. And Dallas, he's like, hey, Bailey, hold on for a second. Takes him for a tour around the joint, which has got these awesome farm doors.
There will be lines to get into that place. Man, we need to take a break, bro.
Yeah. We talking about here? You see the sign?
Yeah, I see the sign.
I like it.
Hey, we're hiring. You want a job?
Yeah.
Good Lord, the snake is producing the show. I love it.
All right, more with DDP and Jake here. Tonight, 7 o'clock start time. The Plaza Theater is where you need to be. It's right there in the Briarcliff Plaza Shopping Center. It's 1049 Ponce de Leon Avenue. It's the resurrection of Jake the Snake screening tonight with a Q&A following afterwards.
Hosted by you.
Yours truly, but Dallas will be there. Jake out there. Scott, probably.
He's over in UK. I think he's going to try. He flies in around that time, so he'll come straight there if he gets it in time.
All right, more with the fellas here in just a second. It's Bailey and Southside Rock, 100 points. Welcome back. Talking with Diamond Dallas Page, DDP, and Jake the Snake Roberts in the studio. Our good friends. Tonight we'll be hosting a screening of The Resurrection of Jake the Snake. It's a fantastic documentary getting Oscar talk, believe it or not. And I say believe it or not because you got a couple wrestlers in the studio, and it's a documentary about this is a life story about anybody. It just happens to be about Jake the Snake Roberts, but this is so compelling and so well shot and so well done. That's why it's in the talk for an Oscar. That's happening tonight at the Plaza Theater in that Briarcliff Plaza Shopping Center, 1049 Ponce de Leon. 7 o'clock start time. Event to get in, $15? Then afterwards there's going to be a Q&A. So that's going to be cool. Now, Dallas, let me ask you this. Okay, so the Resurrection of Jake the Snake is a story about how our friend here, Jake, got to fight off the demons and get back to being the guy that a lot of us grew up watching on TV and that we loved. I was a big Jake the Snake Roberts fan as a wrestling fan. But with this DDP yoga, which I've done, I do at the house. It's helping me out with my knees. You've helped thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. Arthur, a guy that couldn't even barely walk, a vet, now can lift his leg up over his head. It's phenomenal. Do you mind now being like people come up to you and not really look at you as a former heavyweight champion, yet almost like, oh my God, you're saving lives. You're like a therapist. You're a camp counselor.
It's about 6 years ago. I was doing a show, and I never forget it. And I thought I talked about this when Jake actually inducted me into the Cauliflower Hall of Fame, which is one of our, the real Hall of Fames for all the guys. Right. I inducted Jake 2 years before that. And, I told this story about talking to this guy, Brian Alvarez, on this radio show, and I just knew something was happening, with this whole DDP yoga thing. And when Arthur, the disabled vet that I helped, he lost 140 pounds. Okay. But more important, he lost the knee braces, the back brace, and the wraparound canes, not just to walk, but run. I knew there was something there, and I told Brian, because Brian had said to me, so where do you think, DDP is going to be 5 years from now? And I said, I honestly believe it's going to start to overshadow my wrestling career. And he's like,
and that's wow.
And that's saying something, because the 90s, was a pretty good run. And I said, 5 years from now, I will be the new Jack LaLanne meets Tony Robbins meets straight Richard Simmons.
Straight Richard Simmons.
I like how you put all three of those dudes together. And a straight Richard Simmons. So you never wear dolphin shorts in the gym.
No, it's just the pink ones.
We had to come by the Performance Center and see, man.
I know. I need to get out there. I'm probably the last to do the DDP, and I get little aches here and there too. I run. I'm a runner, but I feel it. I'm not like Bailey, who comes in here hobbling after a tennis match, but I mean,
don't even, Dallas. Stop.
The wear and tear on your knees, though, from tennis and running. And I always tell people, if you're over 30 years old
and you're running,
just jump off the roof next door, because that's what you're doing to your knees. You were an athlete when you
Yes, I was.
Yeah. And here's the thing: the guys who didn't, who were the nerds that were running the world right now, period, got the most money, got the most everything. Those guys who weren't athletes in high school or college, they can run in marathons and and do triathletes, because they're now they got that confidence to start becoming the athlete, but their body doesn't have wear and tear from 5 years old to 25.
When we all played sports
and did crazy. Look at the guys are doing today, and I'll tell you, even forget the guys, what the women athletes today, like the girls from the soccer, just won the big soccer tournament.
Yeah.
And, I mean, these girls, and watch a CrossFit thing on TV. I get sore as hell just watching that. These women are doing what men are doing, but they still have the frame of a woman. And what's going to happen to these poor girls that are beating up their bodies the way they are, when they get into their 40s, they'll have one choice. some sort of yoga or DDP yoga, because I don't do all that spiritual mumbo jumbo. My stuff's totally different. So it's something to help heal your body. I want to go back to
hold on for a second real quick, because I want to talk. Let me interject here. So one of the things when Dallas and I first got together with the DDP yoga is I asked him, I said, because they come on DVDs, right? Or you can go onto ddpyoga.com, is what if you don't have a DVD player? Or what if you're not around, where you can play it? I just go in my man room and I put it up on the TV.
And that's where you do your workout.
And I know, because of how you live your life, you need things pretty much delivered to you on a silver platter.
I do. I'm glad that's true.
That's okay. And you're right. Most people do. There's an app.
Well, this app, and it's close to over $800,000 is what I have in, because it's not just on the iPad or iPhone. It's on both of those. It's on the Droid and the tablet and your computer. And I've been building it for the last 2 years, and we just released it. It's called DDP Yoga Now, and it's got not only all the workouts that we have, but at the Performance Center, we went in there and we started filming, because I'm going to do live workouts off this app with crowds of people. Like, it's not just going to be me and the people who are.
So you're filming at your facility, but I can just log in, check it out, and I can, boom, wherever I am.
And the great thing about having it on your mobile device is you can just Chromecast it to your TV.
Oh, yeah.
So, if you got it on your phone, you Chromecast it like what we do up here to our TV, and then you put it up on the big screen to watch it. And also, on top of this, it's extremely helpful for our buddy Jake the Snake Roberts, who's now leaving the nest of Diamond Dallas Page and moving to a place where I don't think he should move to.
Las Vegas.
Which would be Las Vegas.
Yeah, with your background, I don't know that you should be there.
You're going to be...
Yeah, it's okay. I'm glad you guys care, but I'll tell you something.
Well, we care.
I care, but now you can have the app on your phone.
Well, I'm actually getting an injection done. That's his new thing.
What's that?
He's just going to inject it into your body, and then you'll have it.
Good God.
But you're going out there to start a new wrestling promotion.
Yeah. Classic wrestling revolution, man. We're going back old school, and for those people that are worrying about me going to Las Vegas, know this: every morning when I wake up, I still take my magic pill, man. That tells you right there I cannot drink.
And tell them about that pill, Jake, because some people don't know about that.
Yeah, it's called Antabuse. And if you even smell alcohol, you can't use cologne that has alcohol in it. It will make you violently ill.
Oh, God, don't give that to my wife.
By the way, there's more about this pill, and when you come out tonight to watch the resurrection,
you're going to find out about it?
It's in the documentary.
I've never even heard of a pill that makes you violently sick when you smell alcohol.
Man, it's crazy, bro.
And you take that every day?
I take it every day when I first wake up.
So it helps people that can't control the urge.
Right, exactly. If I take it every morning, I know, regardless of what happens with the rest of the day, I'm not going to drink, because I know what it does to me. I had to test it out to make sure it worked.
Did you toss your cookies?
Boy, did I. and sprayed the wall.
And let me explain.
Oh, that's gross.
Let me explain how that came about, too, because in the beginning, Jake, it was like, if you won't, let's give you something that will keep you from drinking no matter what. And he'd start, and then he'd stop. He goes, okay, I feel good now. I got it.
And wanted to drink again. That's what it was.
Yeah, right. So we got off. And then he'd fall, then he'd go back on. And the last time that it had happened, you'll know where it is in the movie. When Jake and I sat down, I said, okay, here's the deal, bro. If we're going to keep moving, first of all, I'm not filming anything. I'm not editing anything. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know if anybody's ever going to see this film. And I mean anybody, because the bottom line is he didn't want it when we sat down and watched the movie. If he would have said, dude, I can't take it, I just can't have you put that out there. And there's some dark moments in there. Yeah. If he'd have said that, it'd have been dead. Because I wasn't going to do it unless he was behind it. Because there is a story, and that's what people need to take out of it. I'll give you Josh Brolin. You know who he is, right? Yeah. The actor. He saw the movie, and he wrote to one of our executive producers.
He's in Goonies.
Yeah, man.
He's in everything, man. Yeah. He's an American Gangster. I mean, he's
big deal.
Yeah, he's a big deal. He saw the movie and he said, just watched the doc, and I am in stunned silence. A happy ending, at least for now. And then he said something really nice about me, which I'm not going to say. And then he said, thank you so much for turning me on to that documentary. A great story of hope and love and real compassion.
Wow. That's awesome.
That's huge.
That's just a text he sent to our other executive producer.
Well, that's cool.
So then that's what people are really going to see when they come out, tonight, 7 o'clock at the Plaza. And like I say, it's going to be the last time we're going to be actually filming it, actually screening it. It'll be our last Q&A. So it'll be the last time for people to actually get out there. And
I think we should stretch that Q&A out to like 3 a.m.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
Brother,
Keep it going, man.
don't
Why
let him
turn people away?
Show some love, man.
Don't let him twist it. I am honored to host a Q&A today.
Yeah, if you're in the area at midnight, it's not too late to get in on this Q&A.
Yeah.
I could ask you guys. You know
Get
this.
some coffee.
You both know this. You know I could sit there and ask questions for hours.
we're not going anywhere. We're taking over the show.
Well,
you want another segment?
Yeah, well, Jake, you want those things?
All right.
You could always wrestle him to see.
No. All right, push.
Come on, you're a tennis player.
Let's.
A real man.
I'm sorry, I can't let that go.
Dig.
push news dues back to the last segment of the show. All right, let's do that. And more Dallas and Jake here. Mr. Soccer player.
Yes, soccer player.
Soccer
A little more intense than tennis.
It's right up there with curling.
All right, now I'm kitchen hell.
No,
That's what you get, Mr. Jogger.
Jogger.
All right, Jake, it's time for you to call for the...
Mr. Jogger.
Go call for the break, Jake.
Yeah.
Call.
Hey, guys, knocking off and get a break.
Take
Jake,
a break.
my man.
More with DDP and Jake the Snake here. Just seconds. Bailey and Southside Rock 100.5.
You'd have died.
It'd have been great.
Yeah, you'd have been one.
Yeah, were you kind of like me where you go in
eyebrow
and was it because people came up to you wanting to do shots and stuff? Because you guys get that when you're out and you're seen in bars.
Right.
I've seen Kevin Nash out like he walked in the Coyote Ugly once when I was doing a promotion. Everybody wants to do a shot with him. Same as you, right? And you just want to be nice, so you end up doing 20 shots because you care.
No, normally what I did was I would do the shot with them, then they'd do my shot. Man, my shot was vinegar and water.
Huh?
Yeah, I'd send them a shot of vinegar and water.
You rib the person that buys you
Exactly.
a shot.
I want to watch them puke.
Who are some of the big drinking guys, the party guy? I know Flair likes to have a drink every once in
I
a while.
was never around Flair much.
No. Who else? Who are you drinking by? Your road guys.
I went with Undertaker and Hacksaw, man.
Those are the dudes you drank with.
That's two guys I drink with.
And you guys would just get in a rent-a-car and go from city to city.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the rumor.
What about you over there, Mr. Diamond Dallas?
That depends what time. Like when I first started, me and Stone Cold Steve Austin,
Y'all drink?
Yeah, he obviously likes his beer. He just came up with a brand new beer. He's got his own.
That's
beer
right, he
now.
did, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, but I'm the first guy to ever ice their body, like ice your knees, ice your shoulders, ice your back after a wrestling match. Austin was like, "What do you got those?" I'd had the ice bags on and ace bandages around.
So you'd go out drinking after a match with ice bags on?
No, we'd go driving to the next town, but he'd have me put my beers or his beers in between on the ice bags to keep them cold.
That's funny.
So he was using ice bags back then too.
Yeah, just completely different.
I mean, it was a different day and age. I mean, go back to the 80s or even the 90s, within wrestling where the guys were, how you travel.
Yeah.
You didn't have your own tour bus like Cena and the Big Show have now.
That blows my mind. Yeah, they all got their own tour bus. Like 7 of them back there.
Right, yeah.
And it's like $250,000 a year to use that tour bus.
And they write it all off.
Still,
because the company doesn't pay for it.
Yeah, there's no way that Big Show could be doing. I mean, he's now 40. I want to say 43 or 44. I was with him when he started at 24 years old, and the guy could do anything. Like he could jump off the top rope and do a drop kick at 7'1", 450 pounds.
Yeah.
Today that he's still going, and Jake will tell you, as far as being a big man and the beating your body takes, I cannot believe what he is still doing today. But without that tour bus, never would be happening.
And there's a difference between being a big guy in the business and being a
giant.
Hold on. Now, supplemented big guy in the business. You know what I mean? I mean, you're, as we've seen, again, this is coming from a true wrestling fan that whenever you read bad news like that, you're like, man, but they did it for the product. And you've talked about it in numerous interviews, being in the ring with certain guys that are blowing up.
Juice monkeys,
Yeah, guys that are juicing, but there's a difference between, taking a toll on your body of, stacking and also, the demons that you had. Yeah. And then guys like Dallas who, icing their bodies, staying in shape, understanding the health consequences.
We all hated him.
But again, I was starting at 35 and a half.
Yeah, you went in late. I mean, come on.
Really late.
Yeah.
And Jake was like really, besides Dusty Rhodes, the late, great Dusty Rhodes, without the Dream, there is no Diamond Dallas Page because he gave me every break I ever got.
Same with Scott Hall, right? He gave him the razor gimmick.
I gave him the razor gimmick.
You did.
I did. But Scott was helped by Dusty gave him his first 2 big breaks that didn't work out. When he came back to the Diamond Stud, which I changed his whole look from blonde hair, the big walrus mustache, and turned it into that, machismo guy.
Right.
And obviously turned into a lot of money. But Jake was the first guy besides Dusty to really believe in me as a wrestler. I was 36 years old. You can do it. And he told me, as long as you keep doing what you're doing, working the work ethic thing. And like when he would be critiquing my matches, he would say, okay, I like that. That needs some work. Why would you do that? Like he would make me answer the questions of why I was doing stuff. And the one thing that day I will never forget, I said, well, that's what they want me to do, meaning the bookers.
Right.
And he says, do you think the bookers think you're ever going to be anybody? And I was just, all I can say is no. He goes, they don't see it in you. He said, when you're out there, you need to take control of your own destiny. That's your time. And when it came back around to what we just went through in this movie, The Resurrection of Jake the Snake.
Threw it back on me.
Yeah, and just like you need to take control of your own destiny. And we got it into really deeply. We don't get into it till right at the end of the movie, but really deeply, the story you tell yourself. Like, what's the story you tell yourself? And Jake's story is pretty dark. So he kept telling himself that story. And we would do a ton of interviews, And then finally, I'm like, pull him aside during one interview. I go, Jake, you got to stop making that the lead part of the story. You got a new story to tell yourself now.
I didn't even realize how much I hated myself, And you don't. You get to that point that you're so far down that hole, man, you only spew one thing, and it's crap.
Yeah.
I mean, he brought it back to me and said, dude, look what you're telling people, man.
Do you think that you would have had the success, Jake the Snake Roberts, in your career as really the first cerebral promo cutting wrestler? You did it differently, which made you stand out. I mean, you weren't the juiced up guy, but people loved you, not only because of the snake gimmick, but the promos, and there was a mysterious character.
I'm so hot, man.
But that was you. And that was because of your demons, correct?
Right.
Do you think you would have had the same success as a professional wrestler if you didn't have those demons?
No.
Well, there you go.
The demons I had to deal with created my product.
That's why comedians are so funny, because their lives are so dark.
Yeah.
Same with rock stars. Some of the best songs come from dark places. And then when they sober up, they're...
Radio guys, we're kind of on the fence. We got a few little dark secrets.
We're the opposite.
You think?
Yeah. Your dark secret, you play tennis.
And you wear reindeer pajama pants.
Up to 10 o'clock.
I'll
fight you at midnight. I don't even stay up that long.
He's learning how to work with power tools now, too.
Oh, my God.
And he makes the noises that they make. You've missed that part.
I'm so lucky.
Yeah.
We got to go. We got to let you guys go. But tonight, we're going to see at the Plaza Theater. It's the Resurrection of Jake the Snake screening. You got to come out and see it. I mean, this is not just a wrestling documentary. This is a documentary about hope. This is a documentary about a guy that was able to fight his demons, a friend that came in to help his friend fight those demons and successfully win. And it documents every step of the way. And it's not just because of the DDP yoga. It's really a story of friendship and hope. That's really what it is.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people listening right now that have demons. I mean, it'd be good to see something like this.
Why don't you folks at home grab the guy that you want to help and don't tell him what you're going to see?
That's a great idea.
Yeah, there you go.
Down there, man.
Oh, that's tonight.
And I will stick around afterwards with you. I'll be glad to talk to you about addiction.
I don't want Bailey leaving until the last person walks out and you two walk out.
I'll give you my word.
Thank you.
The Plaza Theater, Briarcliff Plaza Shopping Center. That's tonight, 7 o'clock. Just $15 get you in the door. It's 1049 Ponce de Leon Avenue Northeast, and ddpyoga.com, of course.
Yeah, if you want to, I say don't change your life. You want to own your life, you can go to ddpyoga.com. We got a killer special for Black Friday sale. We're going to take it all the way to Christmas probably. And what it is, besides the workouts being the cheapest they're going to be, we've also got 3 months of the app that you can get. This app, which not only shows you the workouts, live workouts. I've got workouts for kids now on the app. We're making prenatal. We're doing workouts for what I call beginner, where you use a chair, because we got a lot of big people, and a lot of people who are beat up, and a lot of people who are older. So this gets them ready to do the beginner, get you ready for the intermediate and the advanced, and so on. And there's also cooking shows on there, and a whole this
Dallas,
game point show.
What would be the special workout that you would do with Bailey?
I'm the get up, the get up workout. I'm in the morning, 10 minutes.
Workout. Yeah, the one you do in your bed.
Yeah.
You mean things you do before you put your feet on the floor?
I can't walk.
That workout.
Yeah, he can't walk in the mornings. That's true.
I called oil for the Tin Man and Woman. And that's a good one.
And then the burn's good too.
Yeah,
and I did the ab one the other day. The ab one, that one's good.
That really rocks.
Should hold up a sign here that says break in a minute.
Yeah. All right, we'll do the second round of News Juice here up next. 3 top stories from today. Get in on this. Need some players. 404-741-ROCK, 404-741-7625. Good stuff up for grabs. We'll get you that here next. It's Bailey and Southside Rock 100.5.